Hey, what's up? This is going to be a zodiac reading for Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. So last night I did my first psychic dream reading based on a message that I got while I was sleeping. And that was for all zodiac signs. You can check it out regardless of your sign. Depending when I post this, it might be a little while back. I'll link it if I can. If not, you can go back and find it. It's like a little rainbow evil eye sort of thing, and the message was about you're making them so jealous. So if that possibly calls to you, feel free to check that out. But then when I went back to sleep, I got some instructions on how to channel messages in my dreams for the specific signs for the zodiac readings. So this is what I got for you, Sagittarius. First, I saw a tarot card, which is the Six of Cups, which has to do with giving and receiving. Cups are typically emotional, so it can have to do more with the giving and receiving of not necessarily material things, but sometimes it can be receiving physical gifts from someone or giving gifts. There can also be an aspect of nostalgia and the past that can come up, inner child sort of things. So the Six of Cups came up, and then I got the specific words, no more on my side. So if you've been in a conflict with someone, it may be that it's time to stop engaging in it on your side, or it could mean something specific for you that you know what that means. No more on my side. It may be I need to cut off contact on your side. No more on my side. I don't know what that means specifically, but that's what came through. I also got the song Is This Real by Lisa Hall. So I'll try to link that below as well. You can listen to it. There might be an extra message in that for you. It's from the movie Practical Magic, which that could be a message in itself. If there is something that you're wanting to manifest, or if you want to start thinking about what you're manifesting in terms of something that's practical for you. So, for example, if you were to have a specific goal, something that's measurable and something that's maybe not necessarily super hard to attain, something that it's easy for you to see how you could attain it, that might be helpful for you in this moment. Although a lot of times it's good to not put limits on what we're trying to manifest. Sometimes it can be helpful to have a very specific and achievable goal just to get us into the vibration of success and manifesting of something. So, for example, if you have a job interview coming up, just trying to manifest getting that job, or if you do sales or make something creative, having a specific number of sales or money that you're wanting to make, that's something that's achievable. So you can start to see how do you achieve maybe this smaller goal. And then once you get more comfortable with that, then maybe you start to shoot higher. But just to start, so if there's something a practical goal that you can put magic towards, um, not only in just the actions that you're taking, but then applying magic to it, such as meditating and really visualizing what it is you're trying to achieve, or praying for it, or doing whatever kind of rituals that you like or know about. Whatever you want to try, use it as an experiment, something that's a little bit easier to attain and that's practical for you. Okay, and then I also got, let's see, it was like the Two of Wands came through, except the image on it was different than the traditional Two of Wands. It was like a woman on a horse, and it wasn't exactly really two wands. It was kind of like a two-sided wand of some kind. It was really more like one, but it was like a weapon, like something that she could attack someone with both sides of it. So maybe applying this to your goals, if there's something where there's multiple ways of coming at something, that might be useful to you to think about. So setting a goal and then trying to achieve it this way, trying to achieve it that way. Maybe there are like different ways that you can come at something. So, however that applies to you and what you're doing in your life. And then the last thing that I got were the words on top of a fountain. And it was similar to like on top of a mountain, except it was the word fountain instead. So if you think about the way that climbing a mountain is like this achievement, instead of it being a mountain, though, a fountain makes me think maybe something more emotional. Perhaps you've attained an emotional state where you're feeling maybe like a little on top of the world, or maybe you will be feeling that way soon. Mm, on top of a fountain, or that could mean something specific for you that, depending how it resonates. But I think some sort of emotional achievement is either here for you or it's incoming, or that may be something that you want to put your energy towards is like, how can you raise your emotional vibration so you're feeling that might be part of how you're manifesting whatever it is that you're trying to achieve here. So, that said, I'm going to get some cards for you. We're going to start with the Kali Thoth deck. See what comes up for you here. Oh, I'm going to take this one. Okay. So you got the Ten of Wands, oppression. So I think you are feeling maybe low energy right now. It's possible that you've taken on too much. This is a lot of times a state of exhaustion coming through, which could maybe have to do with why you're needing to set a more practical goal for yourself right now. You might be overextending yourself in as far as what you're trying to achieve, and it might be better to have a smaller goal and actually achieve it rather than having like a super lofty goal and then not getting anywhere near it because you've exhausted yourself in the process of trying to like shoot too high. Not that, I mean, normally it's a good thing to shoot high, but when the energy is not there for it, sometimes it's better to be more realistic and more practical. So I'm going to get a little affirmation card for you and kind of see here what it is an affirmation for you to take on for your manifestation. Ooh, there we go. Build foundation. Yeah, so again, stepping stones. Seems to be a theme here. I'm ready to take a step towards my dream. So you might have the bigger goal. How do you break it into pieces? How do you do something a little bit smaller first? What's the first step? What's the first achievable step that you can take towards the bigger goals that you have? I am ready to take a step towards my dream. Okay, so that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm going to get a little read on your emotions as well with the Prism Oracle. Let's just see like how you're feeling right now before we get into it more with tarot. Get a little emotional read on you because I think you're maybe feeling. Ooh, I'm going to take that. Stop. You're at a place where you need to take a step back, I think, and stop. And this could speak to the message that came through, no more on my side. There may be something where you need to stop contact, you need to stop action towards something. There's something where you're needing to like take a step back. No more on your side, whatever that means for you. Um, and it may be that you need to give a moment for someone else to do their part of something, if that applies to you, depending what your goals are here. Okay, so since this is the Sagittarius reading, and I was gifted a new tarot deck from one of my best friends who is a Sagittarius. This is the exotic Cancer deck. It's a little dancer deck, so to speak. So thank you to her. Her name's Mishaddia. She is an amazing songwriter, singer. I'm gonna link her music below in case there's an extra message for you in her music. I love to divinate with music, so it could mean something to you. Or if you just are a music lover and like good music, then you might just enjoy it. But thank you to her. Shout out to her for this new deck. So we're gonna give this a shot and see what comes up here. So yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got first here. The Seven of Cups. Oh my God. There's all these little bad decisions is the name of it's like a wine bottle. And then there's all these cups that says like lose your phone, text your ex, cry about everything, flirt with friends' dads, send nudes to your boss, joke about incest, vomit in the bed. That's kind of ridiculous, but bad decisions. So that could be what it is that you're needing to like put a stop to here. Maybe you're doing too much in whatever that means for you. I think I'm gonna read from the book on these just because it's a new deck to me and I'm still kind of getting acquainted with it. It's a very cool deck though. It's definitely one of my favorites I've ever owned. So it's got wishful thinking and choices. A card for balance between dreams and reality, the Seven of Cups brings options, and many of them which can make it difficult to make realistic decisions. Evaluate each idea. Daydreaming can be magical, but it can also hold you back. Find the balance between being productive and visionary. Okay, I like that. So, yeah, let's see. Comes up here and we'll get a little more information on this for you. So, yeah, maybe you have a lot of different energies and ideas coming through, and you kind of need to take a minute to just stop and really reevaluate before you make some kind of bad decision here. And on some level, it might be time to focus on something practical while maybe you can still daydream and think about what the possibilities are, but if you focus your actual energy and action into what makes the most sense for you right now. Let's see, we got the Ace of Cups. So that actually reminds me of the message that came through the on top of a fountain. It's kind of like a new emotional beginning for you in some way. So maybe instead of having your energy spread out into all these different bad decisions, maybe better to really focus on one thing, one thing that makes the most sense for you. Let's see what this says. Creativity and emotion. So it could have to do with a creative project for you. Now is the perfect time for you to open your heart. The Ace of Cups appears when you are ready for a creative progression. Maybe it's time for some new artwork. It also brings the opportunity for new friends, romance, and connections. So if there's some kind of artistic project you're doing, it may be time to just take the first step towards it. Like maybe you're overwhelming yourself thinking about where it is you want to go with something in the big picture when what you really need to do is just start small and start somewhere. So I think that could be for someone. I am ready to take a step towards my dream. So it's good to dream the big dreams, but let's see what came up here. Yeah, don't be afraid to break it into smaller pieces. So we got the Devil and the King of Wands. Mm. So for some of you, I'm kind of seeing a theme of like kind of going back to like these like bad decisions and like pairing that with the Devil. There could be some addictive sort of habits that you have here. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything super serious, but sometimes we get into certain indulgences that drain our energy in ways like whether that's, you're financially oppressing yourself or just spending too much energy somewhere where your energy doesn't need to be spent. It's not serving you. It'd be better to focus on, what's your real dream and how can you work towards that? With the King of Wands coming up, for some of you, that could be a relationship. He's kind of holding this little vibrator here. So I don't know if I'm really allowed to show all this on YouTube. I guess it's too late, but could be a sexual nature for you. Let's see. Could have to do with your addiction here. Maybe a toxic relationship that you are indulging in that's draining too much of your energy right now. Addiction and detachment. You better be ready to be honest and listen to your inner voice. The devil is your shadow and highlights the bad habits, addictions, untowards. I'm sorry, I ran out of space there. Hopefully, I cleared it up. So, what I was saying is, it said, consider what's holding you back from being the best version of yourself. So, keeping an eye on those bad habits that you have. And then we will take a look at what it says for the King of Wands here as well. Entrepreneur, high expectations. The King of Wands brings vitality, power, and generosity. Be goal-oriented and a passionate leader. You have a grand idea of what is truly possible, and you will stop at nothing to see it through. Keep an eye out for new opportunities that might present themselves. Your success is up to you. So again, just maybe a warning of having like too high of expectations for yourself here. Let's see what else comes up for you. I'm gonna get a few more from this deck. Ooh, I think I'll take this. Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, big like new beginning energy, both emotionally and materially. So there's something that you've been wanting to manifest into your reality that's like I think really a real like dream of your heart, something that comes from an emotional place, something that's spiritually, emotionally, artistically significant to you. I don't think it's just about something material here. All right. The Hierophant. So yeah, some kind of a structure that you're finding yourself within, maybe. And let's see. The Knight of Swords. So yeah, I think you have some deep commitment to whatever this is. And yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Let's see what it says for the Hierophant here. Um, let's see. Tradition and personal beliefs. Considered a spiritual leader such as a priest who is conditioned by traditions and convention, where boundaries keep us out of trouble but confine us to expectations. The Hierophant shows intent, long-lasting relationships, and virtues such as honesty, caring, and a strong sense of faith. It might be beneficial for you to have, where I was talking about these goals, have some sort of a concrete plan or structure for achieving these things, as long as whatever this is isn't like overextending you. Again, keeping the goals small and achievable. And then the Knight of Swords. If you're dealing with going back to any potential like toxic relationships, you could be dealing with a fire sign or an air sign. So Aries, Leo, another Sagittarius possibly, or Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But not necessarily, but that might be for some of you. Let's see, Knight of Swords. Ambitious and restless. You are on a mission and nothing will stop you. Remember to avoid acting too quick. This can put others out of place, as there are always consequences to your actions. Find people who are like minded to fire each other up. So again, kind of coming back to that, like restless energy, make sure you're taking time for your self-care and being well rested and being realistic with the time and energy that you have instead of overextending yourself. Because you might be in this state of like, nothing can stop you, but you want to be careful not to do things too quickly, and you don't want to exhaust yourself because you want to be coming from place of the heart here on top of the fountain, whatever that means for you. So, that's what I have for you. Thanks again to Mishaddia for the super cool deck. I love it. And oh, and she also gifted me this little jade from Guatemala. Um, if you want a little extra message, maybe look into what jade means, the like crystal spiritual meaning behind it, and see if maybe that's something that could be helpful to you in grounding your energy or manifesting. I know it can be good for manifesting the money. So yeah, that's what I have for you. This was my first time with these psychic dream notes as far as like putting it with a specific zodiac sign. So please let me know if any of that resonated with you. Just, I'm very curious to know if that's something that's useful. So, leave me a comment with anything that resonated for you, and your feedback means a lot to me. So, have a beautiful day. Thank you.